Hey guys, so today we are, well, as you saw in our last video, we were talking about all the things that police really didn't go right, which is pretty sad. Um, so, do you want to start off with it, Todd?
And then earlier today, Donald Trump was basically invoking the Insurrection Act, which basically, I guess, gives the president the just totally insane power to put military in the streets. And earlier today, before his press conference, protesters were being very peaceful in Washington, D.C. Even the mainstream media was reporting that, and then they were tear gassed, assaulted, all of that stuff, so he could do his little ridiculous media stunt photo op with the Bible in front of that church, which I guess that church he did that media stunt in front of, they weren't even aware that he was going to be doing that, didn't get permission or anything. So we're basically going into a full-blown dictatorship, sliding very quickly into fascism, and it's disgusting and disturbing on every level.
Yeah, also, I told him this earlier before we started this video, of course, that I get that police are trying to protect property and stuff, but they do not get the right to hurt people if they're not hurting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get if they're trying to hurt you and defending yourself, but not killing them or hurting them really badly. Like, the person that was, what's it called? Like, like, I was like vlogging, the lady who was vlogging and got blinded from a rubber bullet.
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, don't do if they're not hurting you. I get you're trying to protect stuff, but do not hurt them if they're doing nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
We also were saying that uh, we are. He was going on a bike ride today before we started this whole video, and we got this, like, I guess we looked on Auburn,
Like a
and
curfew.
yeah, it's a curfew for 9 o'clock, and he rides for probably like 1 or 2 hours usually, and he only got to ride probably for like 16 to 20 to 30 minutes.
Well, and I just find it very interesting too, all of the conservatives, the diehard MAGA people who were protesting at the state capitals, fully armed with these, rifles and all of that stuff because the economy was being shut down because these businesses weren't able to open, and now they're siding with Trump, they're siding with fascism, they're siding with the military being brought into all of these protests across the country to shut them down, to repress them violently. That's the real tyranny that's going on. Not being able to not get a haircut, I think that's a couple notches below President Donald Trump enacting the Insurrection Act so we can have military roaming the streets. That should obviously be against the law. That should give everybody pause. We're barreling into a full-blown dictatorship, and it's very, very disturbing.
Yeah, and also I told him this, that I am scared to go out too late because I am Mexican. I am a different race than white. I still have white in me, but I'm a different race. And I feel like that police officer probably sprayed a 7 or 5-year-old, I think, or
In
6
Seattle.
in Seattle that is way younger than me, and they will spray anybody with pepper spray probably now, because they sprayed a kid, and I'm only 10, so probably they will spray me.
Mm-hmm.
if I'm doing nothing.
So let's check out what Donald Trump said about all of this stuff. Let's see if we can
find it.
Yeah. Oh, and that was in Chicago. Let's see, I think this one right here. Let's check it out.
Overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled.
Let's rewind it.
Governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled.
All right, let's pause that right there. The violence overwhelmingly has been the police escalating things, just getting completely brutal on unarmed protesters, on peaceful protesters, people getting shot in the eye with rubber bullets, multiple people losing their eyes, journalists have been targeted by the police, tear gassing peaceful protesters, cops running into the protesters with their cars, people being shoved. All of these things, the violence has been disproportionately from the police towards the protesters, but obviously Trump isn't highlighting that. He's saying, oh, it's the protesters we need to go after.
Yeah, but also, let's pause this for another quick second, that the police are kneeling down to them probably like an hour or a couple minutes later, then coming towards them, gassing them. What else? Pepper spraying them, shooting them with rubber bullets, shooting them with real guns. It's just like, then why did you kneel down to them?
Mm-hmm.
Probably to persuade them?
Try to trick them.
Yeah.
The state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States.
And so I believe for the Insurrection Act to even be legal, the governors in those states have to request the troops. And there's already the governor of Illinois saying, I don't want any type of federal troops in here. But I did read a thing that I think 11 states, which is really disturbing, have already requested that the military be sent into those states. That hugely disturbing and problematic on every level. And again, if you're protesting, these the stay-at-home measures as tyranny, why are you defending Trump right now? You're shown to be a complete hypocrite and have no type of moral standing.
Yeah, but also, if y'all are going to go protest, I suggest bring all the things that you need in a backpack or a bag or whatever you have to carry it, but then the police don't,
cover your face, make a homemade gas mask if you had to, bring some stuff to help your eyes, help other people's eyes if you do get sprayed with tear gas.
Yeah, just bring goggles. You probably should be wearing masks during this breakout
coronavirus.
Yeah. But also bring something to cover your eyes
cover your face so you can't be identified later on, because this is getting really scary. Again, Trump wants to label people that are against fascism, people that are against Nazis, white supremacists as terrorists. Trump is siding with the fascists. That tells you everything you need to know at this point.
Military and quickly solve the problem for them. I am also taking swift and decisive action to protect our great capital, Washington.
Saying quickly solve the problem, you're solving the problem by hurting people, blinding people, kind of killing people.
Making things worse, obviously, like she's pointing out. That's not solving the problem. That is further escalating these things.
Yeah.
And we're sliding into a military dictatorship. And let's check out Malcolm X. He had some really insightful knowledge, as usual, about what's going on right now.
They attack the victim. And then
the protesters in this case. Boom. What Trump is doing.
Accuses the victim of attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
This is American justice. That's right. This is American democracy.
Democracy.
And those of you who are familiar with it know that in America, democracy is hypocrisy.
Boom.
Yeah, but also, like we were saying, that they shouldn't really be doing this at all.
Let's see.
So we're just not.
What else were we looking at over here?
I think we're, yeah.
Oh, and then this is what was happening in Philadelphia earlier today. The violence, again, directed towards the protesters from the police, not the other way around. They're trapped right there. Nowhere to go. They're getting gassed out. Look at that.
They're trying to throw them all back. Hopefully, if there's any kids,
look at that. They're literally trapped. And again, chemical weapons, which tear gas, mace, all of that stuff is a form of, are illegal in wars. Why are they being used on the civilian population in the United States who are peacefully protesting? Yeah. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. And also, people are wearing masks, like party store masks that you cannot see their face at all, and hopefully they're wearing like another mask and another mask, then like something to protect their eyes.
So Scott Walker, I believe it was that the former governor of Wisconsin, a right-wing nut himself. So he said, hard to imagine any other POTUS having the guts to walk out of the White House like this. And then this person, Brian Tyler Cohen, correctly points out he just had to gas a crowd of peaceful protesters gas. And again, Trump's been hiding out in his bunker. I mean, it's getting nuts out there.
Yeah, I would like, not to be rude to all the Donald Trump supporters, but I would like to see Donald Trump being a civilian, getting gassed out, getting shoot.
He's not on the front lines.
And being a different race.
Yeah. Man, this is... Military helicopters are flying very close to protesters in Washington, D.C., terrorizing them. I mean, if this doesn't scare you and freak you out, I don't know what...
Probably getting...
Look at that.
It's
what are they going to start dropping bombs next?
Yeah, trying to kill people next? Perfect. Great.
There's another.
And there's another
thing.
one. And then a White House. I will.
And then.
Here's
police assaulting journalists. You don't see Trump pointing this out.
Hitting journalists.
Look, with the camera, sitting down.
Which is kind of, well, super rude. And there's, yeah.
And then, so what do you expect? What do you expect people to do when they are treated so? Oh, what is that? Click on.
Oh, what did you do?
Oh, that's not it.
You got onto the wrong website. There.
That one.
We got too many things open. Sorry,
breaking.
guys.
AG, Bill Barr, and Defense Secretary Esper are walking the streets in D.C. tonight. Pretty disgusting and disturbing to see the Attorney General, the Secretary of Defense, walking around the streets of Washington, D.C. Yeah, keep going down.
Yeah. What is this? Don't want to see.
About Pokemon. Keep going.
Oh.
Yeah, we already watched that. That's
yeah.
That same one.
Same one.
Oh, and then this again.
That's perfectly fine. We support that. And freedom of speech. That's perfectly fine. We support that. We took an oath of allegiance to the Constitution of the United States of America to do that.
Then why are you and fellow National Guard and Army people on the streets in the U.S.?
Freedom of speech.
Whoa.
So that was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, again, like basically the highest up in the military below the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, and y'all can see right
here. They're
here.
getting blocked in. Listen. They're trying to leave. The cops have them blocked in. And they'll probably even get violent toward... Look. Look at these freaking just RoboCops. Like, we got all the gear for the police, but we don't have it for our healthcare workers. That's
but also I feel like
and then this is click on that one.
Thank you, but no thank you. How are you tonight, Aaron? Look, the president wants to recreate reality here, right? Even the pictures from Washington, D.C. You had a number of protesters. They were peaceful protesters.
All of them were today during the day. I saw
white crowd in Washington, D.C. who are offended at.
I feel like people will start bringing weapons to defend themselves because they're not going to try and get their family members hurt. There are so many people hurt they care about because they're also helping. It's
Look
just
at this.
messed
This
up.
should be disturbing to anybody. An active duty military police battalion consisting of some 200 to 250 military personnel is now in the process of deploying to Washington, D.C. Literally, the Army is becoming an occupying force in the United States, becoming a military dictatorship, slipping into fascism. It's so disturbing.
I'm just glad none of my family members right now are in the military. Even my brother. Thought he was.
Hope the ones that are, if they are called to...
Please do not do it.
To march in the streets to repress these peaceful protesters, I hope they disobey their orders because they should if they have, a real sense of conscience.
I would rather hurt myself than other people.
Black Hawk helicopter. I mean... It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we wanted to say.
Yep. Bye, guys. See y'all in the next vlog. Bye.